Hello and welcome to the astrology and tarot video for the new moon in Gemini, which is going to take place on the 6th of June. And the card for the new moon is the Six of Cups. That means happiness, that means exchange with siblings. As we will see in a minute, Gemini is about siblings, also if you're an adult, about your brothers or sisters. And it's about, with the Six of Cups, it's also about being kind, and that works very well with the astrology too, because the new moon is going to be conjunct with Venus, and Venus is also about kindness and about anything considered loving. That's the card for the day, the Six of Cups. And 6, by the way, is also the number of the month of June and the number of the day when the new moon will take place. So much for the tarot. Let's look at the astrology next. The sun and the moon are going to join each other at 16 degrees, and they're going to be at the same degree as Venus. In our new moon, the sun and the moon are together. It's special for this new moon that Venus joins them as well. The sun is about you as a person, about how you shine your light. The moon is about your feelings, about your inner child, about taking care of yourself and others. And Venus is about femininity, about women, and to a certain degree also about money. The three of them together mean that it's going to be a new start as a woman, perhaps. You can use it like that. Or also a new start with regards to money. Or when we look down at this sign of Gemini, a new start in communication, a new start in taking things lightly in the most positive sense possible, a new start with siblings, a new start with communication. All right. So that's the energy of the new moon when we just look at those 3 planets. When we widen our scope a little bit, we can also see that Mercury and Jupiter are nearby. Mercury is about communication, and as you may have noticed, Gemini is about communication, so it's about a great time for communication, and also for communication in a way that you see eye to eye with the other person. Then Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. That's for 1 year, from the 26th of May this year, so it already is, until June 2025. Jupiter is about growth and expansion, and we can have some growth and expansion with regards to communication, Gemini, with regards to neighbors, with regards to siblings, with regards to learning the basics of something. That's all what Gemini is all about. And the moon and the sun, as well as Venus, also build aspects to other points in the horoscope, to other signs. I blend them in and I blend the others out. Now we can see from the sun and the moon there are 3 aspects. Yeah, actually there are more than 3, but 3 lines, because there we have a double line, there we have a double line. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the first double line. This is a square, and a square means a lot of energy. It can be friction, it can also be empowerment. And the friction and or empowerment goes to making appointments, fixed time, and institutions, such as the place you work. There's some friction to the communication, but there's also some energy towards the communication. The two of them are structures, and structures Saturn and freedom Nessus, and they are both in Pisces, and Pisces is about like loving your neighbor. It's also about spirituality. So it's a good time for being social as well, because if you live those well, then it has a positive aspect to your own new moon. So it's a great time to be sociable, to send love to the whole planet, for example, to meditate for that. It's a good time to do something good for your colleague, perhaps, if that's necessary. Something like that. That's very much positive thing to do now. All right. And it's always a positive thing. I wanted to say it's it has some support from the stars to do that, from the planets. Okay, the other square, the other fraction and our energy comes here this way to Juno in Virgo. Juno is about long-term relationships. And so if you're interested in long-term relationships, they are in Virgo right now. And Virgo is about taking small steps, sorting the good from the bad and just keeping the good. And it's also about love for details. And I don't mean sort the good people from the bad people. I mean that's also possible, but also decide on characteristics which are good and which are bad, and to just be aware and be analytical of what you approve of or what you don't approve of. That gives some energy to this new start in communication, and also friction to the new start in communication. The third aspect is a sextile, and the sextile moves over to the north node, which looks like a goal. That's where we are moving towards. This year, we're moving towards Aries, and that means we are moving towards being our true selves, being active, a little bit of this me energy. So this me energy is also good for new start with the siblings, because as you like make contact with a sibling or with a new start in communication, you means you can first meditate on or think of what you would like to say, and then you say it. There's also another blue line, which is very, very close to this blue line, and it goes to Priapus, and Priapus is where the moon is the closest to the earth. The round of the moon, the tour of the moon across the earth is not like a circle, but it has a point where it's closest to the earth and a point where it's farthest away. And the point where it's closest to the earth is here, and that means your feelings support you. Your high running emotions actually support you on this new moon. Finally, we also have some statistics here. There's more masculine energy than feminine energy, so more active than passive, more go-get-it than wait and receive. And I don't mean not to be a feminist. The next thing is the energy is flexible. This is fixed, this is cardinal, this is flexible, and it's flexible energy, which means you can very well connect with other people. You can really meet them eye to eye by recognizing who the other person is, and you can align yourself with other people and with situations. And there's lots of air energy. Air is about communication, about contact, about ideas. So that's the idea for this new moon. Here we have again the Six of Cups. That means be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, maybe offer them some flowers, And yeah, have a great time with communication, with neighbors. That's like neighborhood with the house here. With siblings, and also with taking things lightly in a positive sense of the meaning of the phrase. Have a wonderful light new moon and new month, and talk to you in the next video. Bye.